Hello, hi there, gorgeous, lovely people. Happy Monday. Hope that you are well there in Facebook land, or perhaps you're watching me on repeat on YouTube. My name is Bella, and most people know me as Bella the Secret Psychic, and this is your daily energy read where I pull a daily card. So this could be a tarot card, oracle card, to give you some guidance on how the energy is flowing today. And it's a really good card, I think, today for a Monday, because you know how Mondays can be a bit blur. If you're there and you're watching me live, do say hey, hi and hello, and even if you're watching me on repeat, I do love to hear from you also too. So a few things to get through today. So I'm going to do your card, but just before we do that as well, I do have some questions which I've put on my phone, which I need to go into, because I've had a few repeating questions about the retreat. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, next year, and I've sort of had discussions about this last year, particularly with my Inspire students, about us coming together, you've been able to meet me, but also to have a retreat, to kind of have some workshops by me and a guest speaker also as well. And the retreat is in India next year in October. And for those of you who are interested, there are only 28 spaces available. The information is on my website, and I'll put the link in here so that you can go and have a look at it also too. But I do have some questions that keep coming up. So I thought, while I have your attention on this Monday, I will go through that. But before I quickly do, I'm going to say hello to a few people that are here. So hi Sonia, hi Annette, hope that you are well today. And hi Nadia, and hi Liesel, hope that you are also well. So let's just go through some of the questions firstly. So in terms of the payment plan, so firstly, the deposit, if you want to secure your space, it has to be made by the 25th of January. When you go to the page, you'll see when it says choose your payment. If you click on that, then it has a drop-down menu that will choose the different types. So there's different types. So if you're coming as a couple, or if you're coming just on your own, or if you're coming on your own but you don't mind sharing, there are different payment scales that are there. So on that note of sharing, so I've had some people that said, I'd like to be able to bring a friend. Does it matter that they don't know who I am, or does it matter if they participate? You can definitely bring a friend. They don't have to participate if they don't want to. In fact, all participation, so everything is catered for in terms of the day trips, everything is catered for in terms of the workshops and the yoga and the treatments, but it's all up to everybody who's there how much they want to participate or not. So you can participate as much as you like or not. And if you've brought a guest who perhaps maybe they're new to this or new to me, they're not forced to have to do that. So if you want to bring a friend, they do not have to feel obliged, basically. With some of the payments, so that I could make it as accessible for everybody, everybody's pocket, basically. There is some, you can either have single occupancy where you just get to have the room by yourself. There is those who don't mind, couples, or those that don't mind sharing the same bed. There's a discount on that if you are a couple, or those who don't mind sharing the same room. Now again, you can come with somebody, or you will be gender matched for the 7 days that you are there also too, in that room, because everybody in the entire resort will be there to participate, and that's to keep the costs also low for everybody. Some questions I've had about traveling by yourself, because some of you don't want to bring a mate, you just want to come by yourself, and you might be concerned about traveling to by yourself to India. You don't need to be because you will be picked up from the airport also as well. So that's something else that also happens. So once you arrive through the airport, you will be collected and brought to the venue. So you're not having to kind of like negotiate yourself around India, even though I do get a few people like, you know what, I think I might extend my stay so that afterwards I go down to Goa, or I go and explore other, like Karachi, things like that, other parts of India afterwards, which I think I might do also too, because I've never been to India myself also. Let's see if, another one, somebody was saying, do I have to be British to come? No. So I know sometimes there are some retreats that if the host is British or American, then they only take make Americans or British. No, you can come from wherever you are in the world. So if you're in Australia or New Zealand or Malaysia or Russia, or I'm trying to think of all the places that I have clients that have inquired, Germany, it doesn't matter where you're from, we all meet in the same place, if that makes sense. Happy morning, Vanessa and Jane, Veronica. Hope that you're well. If you're just joining in, before I do the card, I'm just answering some questions that have been frequently asked questions about the retreat, also next year. Let me see if there's anything else. I don't want to take up too much time. The payment plans, that's it, really important. So the payment plans, after you pay your deposit, then you get to make 4 installments of the payments after that. So the first payment would be in February, and I think the last one would end in May. So you get 4 payments after you made your initial deposit by January. So if you make it earlier, your next payment then wouldn't be till February. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you just want to pay it all up front, you can do that too. It's all on the website. You just choose from the drop-down menu. But speak to me or message me if you're looking for the payment plan. I hope that's simple. So let's crack on with this card, shall we? So hi through, hi Ellie. Hope that you're well. So today's card is this one. 8 of Wands. Sorry, put it there. 8 of Wands. I love this card because it primarily means things are moving in the right direction and quickly. Do you see how they're kind of shoot in with purpose? And because wands can be quite representative of work in particular, my guides are putting a little bit of an emphasis on work opportunities in particular today going in your favor, starting to gain pace and speed, and that you are going in the right direction. So if you've been having any doubts about, particularly last week was about choices and the direction you were going, my guide's saying, bam, now that's it. From today, things are, because you've made your choice, things are going to be flowing in that direction better, quicker for you. So there won't be stagnation or slowness. Things are like quick, quick, quick. And that's why it was important last week that a lot of you had to kind of make a decision of which direction you were going, whether it was work, personal development, relationships, house move, whatever this is, made that decision. And now, bam, the energy is about that flowing quicker for you. So you shouldn't find that, okay, I've made that decision, now it's going to be like, one step here, one step there. There is something about the momentum today. So you should get some inspiration, you should get some confidence. So for example, if you thought to yourself, you know what, I'm sticking with the same job that I've got, you may find that you feel really good about that today. Maybe you get a praise, maybe you get given some sort of responsibility. There's something that kind of happens today that kind of backs up and makes you feel a lot more confident about your choices. Maybe your decision was to walk away from somebody because perhaps you've had, too much, of the same thing happening. They're saying, bam, for you, that means that everything opens up in terms of new connections for you, new relationships. Great day to be dating. I know it's a Monday, but the energy is flowing that way for you. So it starts from today, but it feels like it's an ongoing stuff. So even though this happens today, it feels like the flow is just quicker overall. And so this is why this is a great card to have on a Monday. It's not a day for feeling lethargic or tired. This is a day where you're going to feel infused with momentum, perspective, all those kind of things. It's a good day where the universe is basically saying you are supported to go in the right direction. All you need to do is go with the flow. Don't go up current. Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself or your decision, because it's going to go the right way for you, basically. So that can't be a bad thing now, can it? Love that card on a Monday. So while I have your attention, are there any questions that some of you have on that card, or is there anything, because I did talk about the retreat, that somebody else might have here to say, oh, I wanted to know about this or this, that while you have me here, that I can answer. Do let me know. So let me just read some comments here. Hallie says, card of the day. This is the card of the day today, which is the 8 of Wands. Hi, gorgeous to you, Melanie. Hope that you're lovely. Vanessa Lee said, I almost passed out. Looked, swords, work. Yes, we'll have to talk as soon as possible. Scheduled today, I hope. Love this. Oh, yes, you and your work, Vanessa. Yes, we'll talk afterwards. Can it mean a message, Hallie? That's a good question. It can be, but you'd find out sooner rather than later. So because it's got speed behind it. Basically, it's a card that has speed. It's not necessarily about communication overall. I'm just looking at your situation. And my guy's saying not today, so there's something different. So if you're expecting communication from somebody in particular, they're saying not today. But in terms of behind the scenes, are things speeding up? I would say yes. Interesting. So anyway, lovely people, if there's no more questions, oh, somebody just came in. Just curious, how do you decide on the result? That's a really good question. I was going to touch on that. So basically, for me, it was about the hospitality. So I've chosen the result because I had 152 remarks on the hospitality of the host of the venue, which was key for me. Basically, I didn't care if it was 5-star or 1-star, because I saw some really nice places that were 5-star, but the reviews on the hospitality of the hosts were really diabolical, and there was no way that I was gonna set up somewhere where I'd be spending most of my time trying to manage the management so that you all have a good time. So the venue that I've chosen is because of the location. It's right on the cliffs of Ocala. It's 2 minutes from the beach, about 5 minutes from the where all the activities in terms of the cafes and the shops are. And they organise everything, but the host will pretty much her reviews is to bend over backwards to make sure that everybody has the best time. And so that's pretty much how I chose the venue, as well as it being in that location, which is quite a spiritual place. I think also they're used to having tourists, in terms of sometimes because India is so it's a sensory overload. It's so very different probably from what people are are used to. I wanted to try to find it to be very as authentic and spiritual as it possibly could be, but also clean and less intimidating than perhaps you might find if you were going into a denser part of India also too. So it's for those reasons, but primarily I chose the venue based on the hospitality of the owner, basically, because I want you to be happy as well. Good, I'm glad you've been feeling amazing. Yes, can I recommend a good place to get a flight? I can. Skyscanner. So if you're looking at comparing prices, so another thing that I did when I was looking at the location, because I wanted to make it central so that if you're in America, it was middle of the road. If you're Australia, it's middle of the road. And I did actually price up how much it would roughly cost that time of year from all the furthest locations. Also, so skyscanner.com is a very good place. I use it pretty much all the time whenever I want to go anywhere. It always shows you the cheapest flights, and you can also get them directly or indirectly also as well, depending on your budget or where you're coming from. And I think when I looked at it, if you were like in Los Angeles, for example, I think the price was around for flights $1,000, something like that. If you were in the UK, it was something like 600, or sometimes it was 400, depends. And normally what I would say is to book your flight after you've given your deposit, but after the 25th of January, because then I'll have all the numbers of everybody that's also attending. But skyscanner.com is where I would recommend to look at prices for flights also as well. So I hope that's helped answer some questions around the retreat. And if you've got any more, you can always message me personally, and we'll go from there. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye.